Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Wednesday, September 10, 2025. In today's episode, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, faces Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, ends his engagement to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and immediately proposes to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. At Lee Finnegan's Naomi Matsuda apartment, Will backs away in terror and shock as he stares at Luna. The demented girl smiles. Will continues leaping away from her. Luna gives a speech about thinking about Will as what saved her after being shot. Luna asks if being a ghost would turn him on. Lol, Luna is evil, but she is funny. Will claims he will tell the police she's alive. Luna wants to show him her scar. The girl mentions that Lee gave her a second chance. Luna says she will prove to everyone that she's a good girl. Will tries to dial 911, but notices she's hiding something. It's Electra Forrester's Linnea Grace mask. Will suddenly realizes that Luna is the mystery girl, the one he got intimate with that night. At Forrester Creations, Electra and Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, talk about Will. Their special night was incredible. So was the next morning, Electra says. Electra can't believe this is her life. Everything is perfect. Ivy says she deserves it. Electra is just glad Luna is gone forever. Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, encounters. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor at FC. The COO says Ridge probably won't be in the office today since he's dealing with his love life. Carter explains that Ridge dumped Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, for Brooke. At the guest house, Taylor thinks about Ridge dumping her. Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, shows up all happy. He realizes something is wrong with his mom. She explains the engagement is over. Thomas blames Brooke, but Taylor says it was Ridge's decision. At FC, Brooke says yes to Ridge's proposal. They smooch. Ridge sees some rings on a table and puts it on Brooke's finger. Ridge didn't like hurting Taylor so much. However, he can't imagine his life without Brooke. He's sorry it took him so long to come to his senses. Brooke forgives him and is ready for their new chapter. They kiss and gush over being able to spend the rest of their lives together. Carter enters. Brooke tries to get Carter to go away, but Ridge asks him to come in. Ridge suggests they get married right now. It was another whirlwind day in Los Angeles for the Forresters, Logans, and the entangled web of love, deceit, and ambition that surrounds them. Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a roller coaster of shocking revelations, jaw-dropping proposals, and self-important brags that left the residents of Los Angeles questioning their loyalties, love lives, and life choices. From Will's deepening horror to Ridge's unprecedented ping-pong proposal and Electra's self-satisfied boasting, every scene dripped with suspense, emotion, and that signature B&B flair. Here's a breakdown of the day's chaos, conflict, and catharsis. The day began with tension at the Logan home, where young Will had been quietly observing the adults around him, though quietly may be generous, given the turmoil that seemed to always follow him. Will, who has often been the emotional barometer of the show, was unsettled early in the morning, pacing the living room as he watched his father Liam engage in a heated phone call. Liam, oblivious to the growing fear in his son's eyes, was navigating a mess involving Luna and the recent chaos surrounding Sheila's schemes. Will, perceptive as ever, began piecing things together. His small face mirrored the horror of a child forced too soon into adult complications. "Why is everyone lying?" Will whispered to himself, clutching his action figure for comfort. This line, simple yet piercing, encapsulated his growing disillusionment. For Will, the line between innocence and the treacherous world of the adults he loves was blurring, and it was terrifying him. The moment of horror escalated when Will overheard a conversation about Luna's latest actions. He knew deep down that trouble was looming, but the explicit confirmation left him trembling. In a moment of heartbreaking vulnerability, he confronted Liam. The exchange was raw. "Dad, is she going to hurt anyone? Or me?" Will asked, his voice quivering, eyes wide. Liam's reaction, guilt, concern, and determination, showed both the tenderness and the weight of responsibility that defines him as a father. Liam had to reassure Will, but even he seemed unsure, caught between protecting his son and facing the dangerous unpredictability of Luna and the wider chaos. The sequence highlighted an important theme. Will's horror is not just about immediate danger. It's about realizing the complexity of adult choices, deceit, and moral ambiguity. His fear was palpable and resonated not just with viewers but with the characters around him, especially Liam, who found himself questioning if he was shielding Will enough or inadvertently exposing him to too much reality too soon. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester, ever the dramatic romantic, decided to make his feelings known in a manner only Ridge could, through a ping-pong table. The scene opened at Forrester Creations, with the rhythmic clack of ping-pong balls echoing in the design studio. Ridge had prepared an elaborate, unconventional setting, complete with balloons, dim lighting, and a single table with paddles resting delicately on it. Taylor entered, her eyes immediately locking on Ridge, sensing the gravity behind his unusual setup. Ridge, channeling his inner romantic maverick, explained that while grand gestures like candlelit dinners or serenades had their place, sometimes love demanded playfulness, spontaneity, and a hint of unpredictability. "Taylor," he said, his voice both serious and teasing, "I want to propose, but in a way that's as unique as our journey. Are you ready to play for keeps?" The ping-pong match was more than a game. It was a metaphor for their relationship. Competitive, passionate, occasionally frustrating, yet full of chemistry and understanding. Taylor, initially bemused, caught on quickly. Each volley of the ball represented their past disagreements, moments of compromise, and unspoken promises. Ridge's proposal, cleverly hidden within the ping-pong exchange, left Taylor stunned. As the final ball hit the table, Ridge revealed a ring cleverly nestled inside a small ping-pong ball-shaped box. Her gasp echoed around the studio, a mixture of surprise, amusement, and sheer delight. "Ridge, you never cease to amaze me," she whispered, tears welling up. The moment captured the essence of Ridge's charm. A man who combines boldness, whimsy, and a sincere heart. The proposal was met with applause from the staff, many of whom had been in on the secret. For Taylor, the ping-pong proposal wasn't just a declaration of love. It was a promise that Ridge understood her spirit, her quirks, and the tumultuous journey they had shared. Ridge, smirking, knew he had pulled off yet another unforgettable romantic gesture, classic Ridge style. In a contrasting scene, Electra arrived at Forrester Creations with her signature blend of self-importance and flair, ready to remind everyone of her accomplishments, or at least how she wanted to be perceived. Dressed impeccably, Electra made her entrance with a confident stride, immediately drawing attention. "Did you hear about my latest feature?" she began, her tone dripping with pride. It didn't matter that some of the team hadn't. Electra ensured they would. She proceeded to boast about her latest social media campaign, her involvement in a fashion magazine spread, and a recent collaboration that, in her words, was revolutionary for the brand. Her delivery was polished, rehearsed, and undeniably entertaining, though some in the room might have rolled their eyes discreetly. Electra's braggadocio served multiple purposes. On one level, it reinforced her desire to assert her position and relevance within the Forrester universe. On another, it acted as a counterpoint to the more serious dramas unfolding elsewhere. Will's horror, Ridge's heartfelt proposal, and the undercurrents of intrigue surrounding Luna. Electra, in her self-absorption, reminded viewers that in the world of B&B, ambition and ego are as potent as love and fear. Her interactions with Zende and Paris, who both attempted to temper her enthusiasm, were comedic but also revealing. Electra, undeterred by skepticism or modesty, pushed forward with her narrative, claiming that her work was not only innovative, but the future of Forrester Creations. The scene balanced levity with subtle tension, showcasing the multifaceted dynamics that make the show endlessly engaging. As the day progressed, The storylines began to intersect in ways that heightened the suspense. Will, shaken by the morning's revelations, encountered Electra, whose braggadocious demeanor clashed with his solemn mood. The young boy's horror seemed amplified by Electra's self-assured confidence, highlighting the innocence versus adulthood theme that resonated throughout the episode. Meanwhile, Ridge and Taylor, now basking in the afterglow of the ping-pong proposal, faced subtle interruptions from Forrester Creation staff who were busy managing deadlines and internal politics. Ridge, ever the multitasker, balanced his romantic moment with his professional responsibilities, but the strain was visible. Taylor, sensing the pressure, reassured him with a playful paddle swing, reminding him, and the viewers, that love in the Forrester universe is rarely simple, yet always intense. Sheila, though not directly involved in the day's primary events, cast a shadow over the narrative. Her schemes, manipulations, and unpredictability loomed in the background, a reminder that the calm moments between the Forresters are often fleeting. Will's horror, in particular, was tied indirectly to Sheila's influence, suggesting that the young boy's challenges were far from over. By evening, the episode reached several emotional peaks. Will, unable to sleep, confided in Liam about his fears, setting the stage for father-son bonding that was both heartwarming and fraught with anxiety. Liam's reassurance, while comforting, carried an unspoken tension. He knew that the Forrester-Logan world was rarely safe or predictable. Ridge and Taylor, on the other hand, celebrated privately, sharing laughter, tears, and a quiet moment that contrasted beautifully with the day's chaos. Their ping-pong proposal, while lighthearted in method, carried deep emotional resonance, symbolizing endurance, partnership, and unshakable love amidst the unpredictability of life at Forrester Creations. Electra, for her part, concluded her bragging session with a final flourish, reminding everyone of her ambition, wit, and undeniable flair. Whether admired or resented, she asserted her presence, ensuring that the Forrester universe acknowledged her impact. Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful demonstrated once again why the series captivates audiences with its blend of drama, humor, romance, and suspense. Will's horror underscored the vulnerability and insight of the youngest characters. Ridge's ping-pong proposal combined innovation and heartfelt emotion in a quintessentially Forrester way, and Electra's brags offered comic relief while asserting the importance of ambition and ego. As the episode closed, the camera lingered on the Forrester Creations skyline, hinting at both resolution and future complications. Viewers were left with the sense that love, ambition, and fear are in constant interplay, and that the drama is far from over. In one day, B&B delivered terror, romance, comedy, and tension, reminding fans why they return, day after day, to the glamorous yet chaotic world of Los Angeles' most entangled families. With Will's fears unresolved, Ridge and Taylor newly engaged, and Electra's ego in full display, Thursday promises even more twists. Will the young boy confront the adults about Luna's plans? Will Ridge and Taylor face new challenges to their playful romance? And how long before Electra's brags backfire spectacularly? As always, The Bold and the Beautiful ensures that every moment counts, every gesture matters, and every character keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and Beautiful Update YouTube channel for more update news.